I feel like my head is spinning like 100 miles per hour. Hi, good to see you. Good to see you. Well, you don't really see me because the camera quality on this thing sucks. But today is a very special day. Well, special to me. And that is because it is October 21st as of this recording. Now, so people that know me personally, they know that this is the day I had my surgery for intermittent, I don't know how to say it. The light version of testicular torsion. Now, how it started. Now, I thought I did it to myself. I thought I did something wrong, but the doctor told me, it wasn't anything I did. It was in the percentage of dudes that get it at that age. I tell the story all the time. Before I had gotten it, right, I was hanging out in the woods or something with my friend Diego. Yeah, you've seen Diego before. He and I were stuck in the woods, right? And we look up and there's like vultures looking at us on the trees, just stalking us, just like I can't wait until you're dead. But they only eat dead things, so they didn't do anything. They just stalked us, and it's an inside joke between us and my friend Jose that the vultures cursed us, right? Because like I think like days after that, I was showing signs of torsion. I didn't know what it was at the time. At the time I thought it was epididymitis or something, but no, it was torsion, and I had been dealing with that for like months, like almost a year, and you know I was losing blood flow to like my junk, man, and I could have potentially lost something, you know. And people like to downplay it, and sometimes I downplay it myself. But like I was on hell on earth, you know. Like I didn't feel like a man. I felt like I was being tortured. I felt like there was nothing I could do that could get me out of this powerless state. And I thought this was life. This is my life now. And on this day, you know, I thought I was gonna die. Honestly, I mean, the procedure was only like maybe 10 minutes or so. It wasn't that long, but I made this video like I think it was a day or hour before. No, it was a day before. I have surgery tomorrow. Yeah, that's happening tomorrow, and I'm a little nervous. As much as I was trying to avoid this, it's necessary. So, gotta get it done. I never been through this before, so new experience. I'm not gonna die or anything, just they said it was gonna be like 20 minutes or so. It shouldn't be too bad. So what I basically have is intermittent. I don't know. It's like the light version of torsion, which is where your boys down below uh, twist on their own. It is not a good feeling, and apparently it is common around dudes my age. So dudes that are like 18, 19, be safe. I'm making jokes in that video and whatnot, but like I was clearly very not at ease. And plus, I don't think I been under the scalpel before, so like I thought, because I hear all this stuff from people being victims of malpractice and whatnot, that I thought, oh no, they're gonna butcher me. But no, they did a good job. You know, it was the recovery process that was also a challenge as well. I had to relearn how to walk a second time, and I couldn't take showers. I couldn't do a lot of stuff. I almost felt like a vegetable. I could have been a vegetable if I didn't work on myself. Because if I didn't, then like there would be like more problems. Because like when you don't use your legs, right? Then you run into complications. I thought after this whole experience, it would mean something, and it does mean a lot to me. Wow, that is loud. That is really loud. And I thought it would mean a lot to me, and it does. But I guess I was expecting some big transformation. No such thing happened. It's just I get to go back to my normal life. Well, not so normal life, but still, it wasn't easy. You know, not just the physical part, but the mental part as well. Because like I had people telling me that I was faking it or something. Like something stupid. I should stop complaining. And that's another thing. I felt terrible asking for help. Because I don't like asking my mom for anything. If I need something, you ask, but like still, if I ask my mom for money, it's just I just feel like another user in her life. So I don't want to be that. But the thing is, at at some point, people need something. It's not so much as using people. It's just asking for help. But there's a line between asking for help or receiving help and taking advantage of somebody. So you gotta know the line between that. But yeah, there's another reason why this is a special day, because days prior and as of today, I am the official author of two books. Celerity Volume 2, baby. It's out. Not just the paperback version, but the digital version as well. And baby, it is beautiful. I gotta tell you, man. The book is just like so pristine looking. The front, back, side, southwest, all that crap looks beautiful. I tried learning from the first book. Because the first book was like, honestly, the first book was like a little shaky. Like the way it looks. It doesn't look professional. I mean, it looks like I jumble. It looks like I rushed a lot of stuff. But that just looks like that because I didn't know what I was doing. It was like my first time doing something like that. It's a great day. October 21st is is a special day, and those are the reasons why. And I'm glad to share this day with you, and I'm glad to still be here, and I'm glad to still have both of my balls. So yeah, thank you for listening. Have a good day. New music coming soon. Bye.